Everybody, and as promised, we're back with some more baseball. We got the 1961 New York Yankees playing a doubleheader here on September 10th against the Cleveland Indians in New York. Let's take a look at game number one, starting lineup for the Tribe. You got leading off playing second base, Johnny Temple. Batting second, playing center field, Jimmy Pearsall. Batting third, playing left field, Tito Francona. Batting fourth, doing the catching is John Roman. Batting fifth, playing right field is Willie Kirtland. Batting sixth, playing first base is Vic Power. Batting seventh, playing shortstop, Woody Held. Batting eighth, playing third base is Mike DeLaHose. And batting ninth and doing the pitching for the Cleveland Indians is Barry Latman. Let's see the New York Yankees starting lineup here for game number one on September 10th. We got leading off playing second base, Bobby Richardson. Batting second, playing shortstop is Tony Kubek. Batting third, playing right field is the home run champ in the season with 63 home runs, Roger Maris. Batting fourth, playing center field's Mickey Mantle. Batting fifth, playing first base is Bill Skowron. Batting sixth, playing left field is Johnny Blanchard. Batting seventh and doing the catching is Elston Howard. Batting eighth, playing third base is Clint Boyer. And on the mound, doing the pitching for the New York Yankees in game one is the chairman of the board, Whitey Ford. Let's get down to Yankee Stadium and get this game started. The Yankees won the last game, was their 100th win of the year, folks. Can they get 101 here and get Whitey his 21st win of the season? Tim D's in the house. This is Whitey's 35th start of the year, folks. He's got a 3.11 ERA. Like I say, he's got 20 wins with 8 losses, 11 complete games. Can he get number 21? First batter he'll face here today is Johnny Temple, batting .269 with 4 home runs and 41 RBIs. Here's the pitch to Johnny, and that's going to be a ground ball. That's a swing and a miss, strike 3. Nice way to start this game for Whitey Ford with a strikeout. 1 up and 1 down. Here comes Jimmy Pearsall up now. Jimmy's batting .305, 3 home runs, 31 RBIs. And that's going to be a base hit in the right field. Don't like that. With a 1-out base hit. Roger gets over there, cuts it off. Jimmy will hold it first. Here comes Tito Francona, who's having a heck of a series. He's only batting .245 on the year, but like I say, he's been hitting the Yankees pretty good in this series. 10 home runs, 59 RBIs. And that's what the Yankees was looking for, a tailor-made double play down the short over to Bobby. Over to Moose. 6-4-3 double play gets Whitey out of that. We go to the top of the bottom of the first. It's Cleveland nothing. Yankees coming up to bat, folks. Let's see here, you got Richardson, Kubek, and Maris to face Barry Latman. This is Barry's 15th start of the year. He's got a 4.09 ERA. He's 7-7, 3 complete games. First batter he'll face is Richardson, batting .257, 3 home runs, 57 RBIs. Can he set the table here, folks? And that's going to be a ground ball down the Temple for out number 1. So 1 up and 1 down for the Yankees. That'll bring up Tony Kubek. Get my bearings straight here. Tony batting .276, 6 home runs. 54 RBIs. And that's going to be a pop-up down the third baseline. Out in left field, DeLaHose goes out there and makes the catch. Robs Tony of a bloop base hit. I'll leave it up to Roger Maris, and here is the man of the year, batting .269, 63 home runs, folks, 125 RBIs. Here's the pitch to Roger. And that's going to be a fly ball in the center field. Jimmy Pearsall's out there today. Makes the catch. The Yankees go down in order. 1, 2, 3. We go to the bottom of the second. We got Roman, Kirtland, and Power to face Whitey. John's batting .300, 17 home runs, 71 RBIs. He's got 2 triples on the year, folks, and they both came against the Yankees in this series. And that's going to be a swing and a miss, strike 3. Whitey starts the second inning off like he did the first with a strikeout. Here comes Kirtland, batting .259, 28 home runs, and 98 RBIs. And he gets a hold of this one off of Whitey. And that ball is hit in the left field. That'll drop in for a base hit. Blanchard gets to it, fires it in. And Kirtland standing down at first for Vic Power. And on the first pitch, Kirtland's taking off for second, folks. And here's the throw from Howard. And Kirtland's going to be safe at second with a stolen base. That was called a strike on Power. So here's the 0-1 pitch to Vic. Batting .225 with 1 home run, 51 RBIs, 1 out now and a runner in scoring position. And that's going to be a fly ball out to center field. They're not going to test Mick's arm. That'll be out number 2. When we go to Woody Held now, 2 outs. Kirtland's still down at second. Woody's batting .242, 13 home runs, 50 RBIs. And we drop the dice. And that's going to be popped up in the foul territory. And Clint Boyer down in foul territory near the stands makes the catch. And that'll win the inning. Kirtland gets stranded down at second. We go to the bottom of the second. We got Mantle, Scourin, and Blanchard due up. Mick hitting .313 on the year, 47 home runs of his own, 138 RBIs. And that's going to be a base on balls. Mick will trot on down the first for a leadoff walk. And here comes Moose Scourin. I've been saying it all year. The MVP of the Yankees this year, batting .272, 38 home runs and 132 RBIs himself, folks. He's done this a lot with Mick walking and getting on base, driving him in. Can he do it again? And that's going to be a fly ball out to Kirtland and right. That'll be out number 1 here in the second. Here's Johnny. Johnny's gotten that batting average up now to .261. He's been smoking hot, red hot. 20 home runs, 50 RBIs. Here's the pitch to Blanchard. And that's going to be a ground ball down the second. Can they turn 2? Temple's up with it. Fires over the Held, over the Power, but Blanchard gets in there safely. A nice slide by Mick made that difficult. So now there's 2 outs with Blanchard down at first for Elston Howard, who's having a wonderful year, folks. .343, 15 home runs, 67 RBIs. Can he come up with a 2-out base hit here to bring Blanchard in? And no, that's going to be a fly ball out to Francona. And the Yankees leave one on. The leadoff walk doesn't hurt them. We go to the top of the third. It's still no score. Delahose, Latman, and Temple due up. Mike's batting .268. No home runs, 14 RBIs on the year. And that's going to be a swing and a miss, strike 3. Whitey struck out the first batter in every inning, folks, for his 3rd strikeout of the game. Here comes Latman. Can he get back-to-back strikeouts? He's batting .065, 1 RBI on the year. And that's going to be another swing and a miss, back-to-back strikeouts. Whitey starting to look as good as Linda Ronstadt out there, throwing nothing but blue bayous. He struck out Johnny Temple to start this game off. Can he strike out the side, folks? And no, that's going to be a ground ball down the short. Quebec up with it. No, he's not. That's an E6. Tony misses that ball, folks. Temple will be on with a 2-out error. So you got a runner at first. Jimmy Pearsall singled off of Whitey his first time up. Here's the pitch to Jim. And that's going to be a ground ball down the short. Quebec fields this one cleanly, tosses it over to Bobby Richardson. So the error doesn't hurt. We go to the bottom of the third. It's Boyer, Ford, and Richardson. Boyer's batting .224, 10 home runs, 49 RBIs. Here's the pitch to Clint. And that's going to be a base on balls. He'll take that. Trots on down to first. And Whitey's going to try to bunt him over in the scoring position for the top of the order. Whitey's hitting 250 on the 150 on the year, folks. He's got 7 RBIs. Here's the bunt attempt by Whitey. And that's going to be not a very good bunt. That ball's going to be bunted down the first base line. He's going to throw down the second with held covering. And that's going to be a 3-6 put out, folks. So now you got Whitey down at first. Couldn't get the job done with 1 out, and we're back to the top of the order. And Bobby Richardson. Bobby grounded out the temple his first time up. And that's going to be a fly ball out to Jimmy Pearsall. And all of a sudden, it's 1 on and 2 outs for Tony Quebec. Can come up with a key 2-out base hit here, folks. He popped up the DeLaHouse and shallow left field. DeLaHouse made a nice play and robbed Tony of a hit. And that's going to be a base hit, though, in the center field this time. Nobody's stopping that. Whitey with 2 outs is going to make it down the third. So we got first and third and 2 outs now for Roger Maris. Can Roger open up the scoring here for the Yanks, folks? He flew out the center field his first time up. Will LATMAN pitch to him? That is the question. And he does, and that's going to be a ground ball back to the pitcher's mound. LATMAN is up with it, throws over to first. The Yankees leave 2-1. We go to the top of the third, still no score. You got Francona, Roman, and Kirtland due up here. Tito grounded into a double play his first time up. And that's going to be a pop up out in the left field. Boyer makes a nice running catch. He robs Francona of a base hit. Nice job by Clint Boyer. Brings up Johnny Roman now. Roman struck out his first time up. That's the first inning Whitey hasn't started out with a strikeout. And that's going to be a pop up on the infield. Bobby Richardson calls for it. Makes the catch near the mound for out number 2. 2 shallow pop-ups, 2 outs. We're back up here to Willie Kirtland. He singled and stole a base his first time up. And that's going to be a fly ball out to Blanchard. 1, 2, 3 goes to Tribe. We go to the bottom of the fourth. We got the big boys due up here. Mantle, Scourin, and Blanchard. And they get some runs in here for the Yanks. Mick walked his first time up. And that's going to be a ball hit in the shallow left field. DeLaHouse goes out and makes a nice catch on Mick. Robs Mick of a base hit, folks. 1 out here. And we got Moose up. He flew out to right field his first time up. And that's going to be a swing and a miss, strike 3. It's the first strikeout for Barry in this game. So 2 up and 2 down for Johnny Blanchard. Johnny reached on a fielder's choice his first time up, and he pops that one straight up the chute to his other mate at home plate, and Roman's going to make the catch. 1, 2, 3 goes the Yanks. We move to the top of the 5th, still no score. We got Power, Held, and DeLaHouse due up. Bottom part of the Cleveland Indians line up here in the 5th. Excuse me, had to get a drink. Powers 0 for 1, flew out the mix. And that's going to be a pop up in the left field. Boyer goes out and makes the catch. 1 out. Here comes Woody Held now. And Woody is 0 for 1. He popped up the shallow left field. And that's going to be a swing and a miss, strike 3. It's Whitey's 5th strikeout through 5. Brings up Mike Delahose, who's been making some fine plays out there at third. He struck out his first time up. And that's going to be a pop-up out in left field. And Boyer does what he's been doing to everybody else. His counterpart makes a nice catch on him. 1, 2, 3 goes the Tribe. We got Howard, Boyer, and Ford do up the bottom part of the order in the bottom of the 5th. Elston Howard flew out the left his first time up. And that's going to be a swing and a miss, strike 3. One down here in the 5th. We got us a pitching duel here, folks. Here comes Boyer. He walked his first time up. And that's going to be a swing and a miss, strike 3. Back-to-back strikeouts for Barry. That brings up Whitey. He helped his own cause, folks. Whitey reached on a fielder's choice, laid down a bunt, and it wasn't a good one. And that's going to be a ground ball down to Johnny at second, and the Yankees go down in order. We go to the top of the 6th, still no score. You got Latman, Temple, and Pearsall due up against Whitey. And Barry struck out his first time up. And that's going to be popped up in the infield. And that's going to be Quebec making the catch near the mound for out number 1. We're back to the top of the order, and Johnny Temple. Temple is struck out and reached on an error. And that's going to be a fly ball out to Roger Maris. 2 quick outs here in the 6th. And Jimmy Pearsall, who has one of the 2 hits of the game, singled his first time up and reached on the fielder's choice. And that's going to be a foul ball, strike 1. And that's going to be hit in the left field. Out goes Boyer, makes a nice over-the-shoulder catch, folks. Robs Pearsall of his second hit. And it's 1, 2, 3 goes the Tribe. We go to the bottom of the 6th, the top of the order due up. Can they make some noise against Barry, Richardson, Quebec, and Maris? Bobby's grounded out the second and flew out to Pearsall. Bobby set the table here, folks. And that's going to be a ball 1, 1-0 count. Can he take advantage of it, folks? And he does. He squares the 1-0 pitch up, folks. And Bobby drives that ball in the left field. Francona can't get to it. He does get over and cuts it off and holds Bobby to a single. Bobby's down at first with nobody out. Tony Quebec coming up. And Tony's 0 for 2. 1 for 2, rather. Singled his last time up. And there goes Bobby. He's taking off on the first pitch, running down the second, trying to steal the base. Throw from Johnny Roman is late. And Bobby's got himself a stolen base, folks. And it's a 0-1 count on Quebec. Now Bobby's in scoring position for Tony with nobody out. And that's going to be a fly ball in the right field. I think that's going to be deep enough to get Bobby over the third, and it is. So Bobby hustles on down the third, playing some small ball, gets on with a single, steals a base, and now he's down at third for the big boys. Can Maris and Mantle drive him in? Rogers 0 for 2. He's flown out and grounded out. And that's going to be a base on balls. Can't blame him in a way, but now you got the mighty Mick up, batting 312 on the year with his 47 home runs. He's 0 for 1 today. Can Mick blast one here and give the Yankees a lead? And no, he can't do that. That's going to be a line drive double play. They double Bobby up at third, folks. Not what the Yanks wanted there. Sure. And now there's 2 outs with a runner down at first. Mick can't believe it. Thought he had himself a that ends the inning, huh? My mistake. Forgot about the fly ball. That ends the inning. Sure. Mick thought he had himself a double there, folks. We go to the top of the 7th. It's still no score. Francona, Roman, and Kirtland due up here. Tito's 0 for 2, grounded out and popped up. And that ball is well hit by Tito. And that ball is driven into the gap in left field. And Tito's got himself a triple, folks. Just like that, the Indians are threatening here in the 7th with nobody out. Trying to force the Yankees to bring the infield in. Johnny is 0 for 2 today. Can they get a ground ball out here? And yes, they do. And believe it or not, folks, that's a line drive down the 3rd. And they're going to double up Francona. Nice play by Boyer. What DeLaHose can do, I can do better, he says. Line drive double play, and Whitey, tip of the cap to Boyer, gets him out of that mess, folks. Jeez, you Pete's. What a play. Kirtland now is up 1 for 2. Nobody on now and 2 outs with a stolen base. We're having a hell of a game here, folks, and that's a swing and a miss, strike 3. And that ends the inning. We go to the bottom of the 7th with no score. Our 7th inning stretch. Nice is right, Tim D. Sure. Both teams are playing some hellish defense. We got Scour, Blanchard, and Howard due up against Barry. Bill's 0 for 2. He's flown out and struck out. And he doesn't fly out this time, folks. That ball is driven down the first baseline. It lands in fair territory. And you got Moose standing down at second with a leadoff double. Can the Yankees take advantage of this, folks, and crack a run on the board? And it's no score here in the 7th. Blanchard is 0 for 2. Reached on a fielder's choice and popped up. And that's going to be a swing and a miss, strike 3. Big strikeout for Barry. Now there's one down. Elston Howard's the man up the bat. Howard's 0 for 2. He's flown out and struck out. And that's going to be popped up in the foul territory. And DeLaHose makes the play near the dugout for out number 2. It's going to take a 2-out base hit here for Clint Boyer. Get the Yankees on the board with that leadoff double. Boyer's 0 for 1 with a walk and struck out. And that's going to be a fly ball out the left field, and the Yankees leave Moose down at second, folks. We go to the top of the 8th, still no score. You got Power, Held, and DeLaHose due up. Vic is 0 for 2. He's flown out and popped up. Here's the pitch to Vic. And that's going to be a swing and a miss, strike 3. Whitey's 7th strikeout of the game, folks. We got Mr. Held up now. Woody's 0 for 2. And that's going to be a fly ball out the mick. 2 quick outs here in the 8th. And DeLaHose is up now. And Mike is showing the leather here today, folks. He's 0 for 2 at the plate, but he saved some hits for the Indians, that's for sure. And that's going to be a ground ball down the second. 1, 2, 3 goes the Tribe. And we go to the bottom of the 8th. No score. We got Ford, Richardson, and Quebec due up. And I'm afraid to pitch hit here for Whitey. Whitey's pitching a masterpiece. We got to let him keep going. Got to let him keep going. I'm not taking him out and having somebody blow this lead in the 9th. So Whitey's going to bat for himself, folks. He's 0 for 2 today. And that's going to be hit in the left field. And again, another great play by DeLaHose. How about that? I tell you, he's committing grand larceny out there, folks. And Whitey's out of there. Yeah, I hear you, Big Cliff. Yeah, still in business. Well, we got Bobby Richardson. He's 1 for 3. He singled his last time up, stole a base, made it down the 3rd, and then Mick hit into that line drive double play. Can Bobby do it again and get on for the big boys? And that's going to be a ground ball down the 3rd. DeLaHouse has an easier play this time. That's 2 quick outs. We go to Tony Q back here to keep this 8th inning alive. Tony is 1 for 3. Popped up, singled, and flown out. And that's going to be a ground ball again down to DeLaHouse. 1, 2, 3 goes the Yankees. Now, what does the Indians do? I think they got to pitch hit for LATMAN. He's pitched over his head. They're going to pitch hit for LATMAN and then have the top of the order due up here. See who the Indians will bring off the bench. Most of the righties are already in the game. And they're going to bring up old Chucky boy against Whitey here. A nothing game, folks, going into the 9th. Old Chuck is batting .235 on the year, 5 home runs, 22 RBIs. Here's the pitch to Chuck. And that's going to be a swing and a miss, strike 3. Nice piece of pitching by Whitey. That's why we left him in the game. His 8th strikeout of the game. We go to Johnny Temple. And Johnny is 0 for 3. Struck out, reached on an error, and flown out. And that's going to be another swing and a miss, strike 3. 9 strikeouts on the game for Whitey now. He is wheeling and dealing here in the 9th. Jimmy Pearsall is 1 for 3. He singled in the first, reached on a fielder's choice, and popped up the 3rd. And that's going to be a ground ball down the 2nd. Richardson's got it. And the Indians go down in order. We go to the bottom of the 9th. Folks. The Indians, who are they going to bring out? Bakes Maris, Mano, and Scowron. Definitely bringing out a lefty. Who's it going to be? It's going to be Bob Allen. I think that's who it's going to be. It's going to be Bob Allen. Coming out of the bullpen. The face Maris and turn Mick to the right side. Yep, Bob Allen's coming out of the pen, folks. He's going to come in and face the M&M boys. And then Scowron here in the 9th. Ken Roger with 1 swing of the bat here, folks. Give Whitey his 21st win. Hit his 64th home run. Pick up his 126th RBI. They surely don't want to walk the winning run. Here's the pitch to Roger. And that ball is high. That ball is far. That ball is gone. Roger Maris, 64 on the year, 126, and he welcomes Bob Allen to the game. And poor Barry LATMAN is in the dugout with his hands over his head with a towel covering his face. What a game, folks. A walk-off 64th home run by Roger Maris. They bring the lefty in to face him, and he crushes it out of Yankee Stadium for a 1-0 lead. They're mobbing him at the plate. Fastball that wasn't fast enough's what he said. Sure. What a game 1 here in this doubleheader. Let's look at this box score. Not much to talk about except for pitching. That's for sure. Indians, no runs on a 3-hitter by Whitey. The Yankees, 1 run on 4 hits and an error. And what a job of leaving Whitey in the game. Struck out 2 in that 9th inning, if I remember correctly. Struck out 2 and then got the ground ball the 2nd. So Whitey made me look good keeping me in the game. That's for sure. Sorry about that. Didn't want to close that out. Jimmy Pearsall, Francona, and Kirtland with the hits. And the big play was by Boyer with Tito Francona with a lead-off triple. What was that, in the 7th? In the 7th inning, Tito Francona hits a leadoff triple and a line drive right to Boyer. Doubles up Francona. That was the key play. Cleveland 0 for 2 with runners in scoring position. They only left 2 men on base, folks. And the Yankees, the only thing to talk about as far as the bat is the 1 for 3 game by Roger Maris. Big home run by Maris. You had Bobby Richardson get that single, stole second, made it down the third with 1 out. Della Host with a fine play. Yankees were 0 for 4 with runners in scoring position, left 5 men on base. Unbelievable game finishes right. Poor Barry LATMAN, you got to feel for him. 8 innings, 3 hits, 3 walks, struck out 4 and gets a no decision. Bob Allen comes in, picks up his first loss of the year, faces 1 batter, 1 hit, 1 run, and a big blast by Mr. Maris. But hats off to Whitey Ford. Comes in, pitches 9 innings, 3-hitter, struck out 9, and gets his 21st win of the year, folks. We'll be back here in a little bit, Tim D and Big Clue, with game number 2 of this doubleheader. Give me about 15 minutes. We'll have game number 2 with Perry and Daly going at it. See if that can live up to this game. I don't think so, but we'll see. Until then, you all have a great afternoon and take care.